microphones are about to go out on us, Ed.
That's how it looks.
Oh, yeah, we can work with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me and you gonna share a helmet.
Are we live?
Yep. That thing live.
$12.
15. Man, North Iberville. Oh.
So we got.
Yep.
Well, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Week 11, and you know what that means. It is playoff football time. Round 1. Get ready. The road to the Dome has begun. You better jump on the wagon now. Whichever your favorite team is, get on board and get ready for one heck of a run to the Superdome. We can't wait to see what the next 5 weeks have in store. A lot of excitement is in the room this evening. Playoff football is here. The grind of these last 10 weeks have been something special. Ladies and gentlemen, we've covered 23 games in a 10-week span, and we're not done yet. We got to finish this sucker strong. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Week 11, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jordan Taylor. This is Under the Lights. Hit the like, hit the share. We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana.
That's right.
It's go time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet the panel at this time. From my far right, match the energy.
Alex Fontenot, Northwest Alone.
Uh-oh.
Chris Esprit, Opposite High alone.
Gary Swallow, Fort Barry alum.
Holden Lee, Edna Carr University.
Whoa!
Taking your talents to the car. Found blue, don't let them down.
Transfer forward.
Enoch Brosey, both San alum.
Yes, indeed. We had some major shakeup in Week 10. We had a beatdown in North Louisiana. Trojans rolled past the Tigers to a district title. And not all. So what else they did that night? They broke a 59-game win streak in district play from those Neville Tigers. All great streaks have got to come to an end. You remember Evangel, their streak was on the line, ladies and gentlemen. They had an opportunity to miss the playoffs. How about walk-off fashion, game-winning field goal to send your team to the playoffs and keep the streak alive? You still got Curtis making the playoffs with a losing record. Their streak goes to 50 straight seasons. What a run for J.T. Curtis and those John Curtis Patriots. An old wise man once said, Gary Swallow,
What was that?
you don't want to play John Curtis in the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Here we go. Second season is here. Ladies and gentlemen, 54 total district title champions were crowned last week. We're going to announce them in a little while. We're going to talk about playoff road trips. We're going to talk about 208 teams remain for a shot to be the final 8 standing. What a moment. It's going to be some fun these next couple of weeks. What else we have? And the coaching carousel has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's already begun. We thought we had a wild 2024 last year with the coaching carousel. Well, here we go. Not even a week into the playoffs, and we already got coaches out the doors, moving on, resigning, or giving the boot. Let's go. We got a quarterback that's moved in the second all-time in career passing. We got 11 undefeateds remaining. UTL shirts are for sale. Stand up, young man. You want a shirt? These are for sale. I got the link all over Facebook. I will leave it in the chat tonight. What else we have? Game day sponsors are also available. Guess who renewed their package before I showed up to the show?
Who that?
Fundraising University said, I'm in for the playoffs. He got a silver package.
Right.
He said, I'm not missing any playoff action. Sign me up. And you can be signed up also, ladies and gentlemen. Playoff sponsorships are available. Game day sponsorships are available. Let's get on board. Let's have a great 5 weeks. The road to the Dome is underway. A lot to talk about. Alex, I promise I'm going to shut up.
Go ahead.
I promise I'm going to shut up. But I
No,
got to talk about overall standings from this panel this evening. Gary,
Hey, you can talk all you want right now.
here
though.
we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we've covered 10 weeks of high school football. We picked a lot of games along the way. I'm fixing to give you every man at this panel's standings through 10 weeks. First off, I got to say, our record was broken, right? Record was broken last week. Never been accomplished and may never be touched again. Unless it happens this week. Because 80 games.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. We'll see. 55-5, Gary. Give me some type of credit.
Wow. Awesome job, man.
And what did it take to get there?
A lot of risk.
A lot of luck.
What did it take to get there?
We-
I
yeah.
needed 8 of them,
Yeah,
right?
you needed 8.
And I got 5, right? 5.
Something
Something like that.
I got.
I think you did 9 and you got 5.
There you go. 9. I got 5. 8. I'm in the running. Here we go. Overall standings. Alex Fontenot has the lead. 460 and 126 is your standings. Congratulations. Great week 10 weeks, my friend.
Appreciate it.
460 and 126. What's the percentage?
I'll have to do the math.
460,
Oh,
126.
That's it.
Pull out the calculator.
Pull out the calculator.
There
We
you
don't
go.
know
What is
that.
it?
460 and 126. That's a great overall standings. We pick 60 games per week. That's 10 weeks of 60 games. Remember,
78.5%.
Remember, some games were canceled because of hurricanes. Some games were canceled because of things that happened at the stadium. So we have not hit every game every week 60, but that was the mark. Jordan Taylor is in second and is on his heels. 456 and 130. I'm down by 4, so the risk paid off, Chris.
They did.
Gary Swallow, you're falling behind. Gary don't care.
It's numbers. I don't care.
Gary don't care. He said there's 5 weeks to play. 454 and 132. Gary, you're only 6 behind, my friend.
Don't worry.
You're still in the
I'll
running.
make that up in a week.
Chris Esprit, 447 and 139. And Enoch Brogy, 434 and 152 is your standings. Holden, your standings, 230 and 69.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look for the best record in the playoffs. That's what I'm aiming for now.
There you go.
I don't care about the regular season anymore. Let's get the best record in the playoffs.
And we got 80 games to pick this evening. Don't you dare go anywhere. Alex, you're on the spot.
All right.
Thoughts on the ULAB situation and the LHSAA handled the decision, in your opinion? Well, not so well. We got postseason football in round 1 here in the same week. The situation. Your thoughts?
Yeah. So initially, I hated it. I thought it was handled terribly, but the decision they came to not hold the playoffs up, I think is best for everybody. It gave everybody the PowerPoints on the season, and it let let the playoffs go on. And if they come out on the wrong side of things in court, then they just forfeit, and the next team goes through. So I think at the end of the day, they handled it the right way. I still think there's a way that this should be handled way earlier into the season than week 10. So, but
I
hats off
agree.
to them for getting it right at the end.
Esprit, talk to me.
I have mixed reviews on it. Even next week when the ruling comes back, whether they're in or they're out, the team that they lost, that they beat. Say for instance, the team that they beat this week,
There you got to buy.
they got to buy.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week, those teams they just got to play. And one of them get a bye.
Yeah, one will get a buy straight to the quarters.
Winner Buckeye
straight to the
versus
corner.
Booker T. Washington of New
So,
Orleans would get the bye.
Got a feeling
But
they're supporting the quarters here.
The team that was on the borderline of getting in the playoffs.
Yeah, screwed. But They were not in if this doesn't happen, and they were in with it happening. So, I mean, we got a 1-9 team in the playoffs right now, so you can't be mad at a 2-8 getting left out.
Right. Well, hopefully for them, they win their ruling, and they can continue on.
Gary Swallow, your thoughts? I know we did not want the state championships away from the Dome.
Right. I'm just glad that they got everything to where we can start it, and there's a compromise to if ever it goes against them to where they can, everybody else can still play, and that's the most important thing. That way, they have everybody can stay playing and not have to worry about anything. And the most important thing is the championships are going to be in the Dome.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. We talked about that before. Just undo the strap. There you go.
There you go. Holden, thoughts?
You have one more thing, Gary?
Here?
No, I said that's it. Just as long as it's in the Dome, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, ain't much to say more than what Alex said. It's just stuff like that. Wish.
That we caught earlier?
Yeah.
Like a JFK situation?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not?
I mean, if there was wrongdoing that was done, that was committed by ULAB, then I say better late than never. But you generally want to catch it earlier in the season because it can derail a lot of things, and the fact that they're choosing litigation over it could have completely disrupted what our playoffs would have been. So they had to make a compromise, which I don't know if they should have done that because I haven't looked over the stuff. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at all the paperwork or any of that. But
Yeah. That 2-week break would have been something that would have pissed a lot of people off.
we would have had to went to the Dome
Or
after
back in the
Christmas
studio.
Yeah.
or somewhere else. I mean,
A lot of people.
Hey, I'll throw one at you here. Let's say the court case is won on Monday or Tuesday. Let's say it's won. I want to throw this at y'all. Whoever wants to take a snag at it. Can you imagine if University Lab wins the state title and then the LHSAA has to walk to the 50 and hand the title over to them?
Yeah.
oh, they won't. It won't be
They
just
might
the
send a third
LHSAA.
party.
Well, it's gonna be the sponsors. It's not gonna be the.
It's always a
Imagine.
third
To see
party.
some
Yeah.
pettiness.
I mean, yeah,
The individual
wouldn't be
two
very
select.
happy about that. I think a lot of teams in the state wouldn't be very happy about that either. They caused a lot of this drama.
You're right.
So,
Nobody thinks about that. If they do win the title, a trophy presentation has to happen.
right?
They're ranked
Yeah.
number 2, so
Yes.
We'll be there to watch.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Sir. Fellas, most concerned, most worried about right now with a team coming off of a bye. Each bracket,
Not Thursday.
we start with
Friday,
Division
Saturday.
4 non-select. Most concerned or most worried with coming off of a bye. Division 4 select.
Which team are we worried about?
Coming off of a bye, who you most concerned with coming off of a bye? Like could run into some problems.
For Division 4 non-select?
Yes, sir.
You said select or non?
9. We're gonna go through all of them here.
I'm gonna go with the Quincy.
Okay.
I think they were rolling, had some momentum, and they're gonna run into either team that they play has a lot of athletes, and it could just throw off
Speed.
timing.
Yeah.
And when you have a team like the Quincy that's getting things rolling again and really using their momentum, playing week in and week out, it could come back to bite them.
Okay.
yeah,
Chris,
I agree. The Quincy.
Chris, this one's for you. We'll go Division 4 select. We'll give everyone one here.
All right.
What are you concerned with coming off of a bye? Remember, 2 weeks. You gotta wait. Who you most concerned with here?
St. Ed.
St. Ed's, maybe a Harlan Berry coming into town.
Every bit of advertised.
Yeah, I mean that should be a great battle
So good,
there.
man.
Maybe we should expect a lot of offense that night.
Yeah.
Gary Swallow, Division 3 select. Who you most concerned with coming off of a bye? This one should be easy. Let's see if you get it right.
I would say probably you, either Kinder or URAD.
You're the
non-
wrong one, my friend.
No.
Select, not
Win.
non-select.
We in
Said-
select or not?
Supposed to
not-
be in
non-select.
Okay, we'll go select here.
You want select or non-select?
I just flipped it on the page, so my fault. Select.
Oh, okay. Oh man. Jesus Christ.
I know one pick.
Yeah, I'd say probably. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Notre Dame.
Rematch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much could go either
Yeah.
way.
I have Division 2 non-select in my face right here, guys. Most concerned coming off of the bye week. Goes to Holden.
Division 2, non-select.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's only 2 teams. Oh no, there's a few teams. Let me get Franklinton. I think they kind of struggled towards the end,
Okay.
and I think they got a tough matchup with West Feliciana if they win.
Okay. I got Division 2 select, Enoch.
Division 2 select, who I think could have the most.
Who's coming off of the bye and could be in some trouble in round 2?
In my opinion, it might be Leesville because I think Loyola Prep. If Loyola Prep wins, I think that could be a good matchup. It would either be them or I'll probably go Leesville, I guess.
Okay.
One of those Division 2 select teams that got the buys are pretty darn good.
Division 1 non-select for myself. If y'all are looking at y'all papers,
I want to look at it.
I think the team that should be worried got to be Airline. With the defense, it's always going to be a worry the rest of the way. Westgate, if they got Antoine back, watch out.
Right.
And they go knock off the Gators this week. Coming back to you, Alex. Division 1 select. That's a lot of scares in round 2. Who's the most right now panicking?
Turlings.
Turlings would welcome in maybe a Jesuit or Lafayette. Okay. Chris, final bracket for you. Division 3 non-select coming off the bye. Who should be concerned right now?
Division 3 non-select.
Yes, sir. If you missed the bracket, you let me know.
Y'all potentially play them.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
Yeah, Kendall.
Kinder with a potential Westlake Crowley second round. All right. That's a look at the brackets. All right. What else we have here? Your thoughts on the regular season? We already gave that Sunday, correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We talked about on Sunday. We picked our state championships. We picked up a lot of those. We talked about a lot of those things. There's a lot of rematches in week 11. So we'll talk about that when we get to the brackets. Time to announce some district champions, if I can find it. So, I mean, I'm going to look forever. So we'll go to longest and shortest road trips of the playoffs at this time while I look for the district champions.
You want me to do
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Division 4 up or Division 1 down?
Yeah, we'll work our way up.
All right. So the longest road trip, these are the longest and shortest road trips for Division 4 non-select. And these are both also the longest and shortest road trips for the entire playoffs. Varnado at Logansport. To get there one way, 5 hours, 48-minute drive.
Wow.
And the shortest for Division 1 non-select, it's neighbors, Basile at Elton, 10-minute drive down the road.
Okay. And it depends on how your right foot is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It ain't 10 minutes.
And then you have select. I did it via Google
Really,
Maps.
man,
So
you gotta take a right, go up to the stop sign, and then find parking.
yeah,
Pretty much.
I did it via Google Maps.
Give you 10 minutes.
So select, longest one. Lincoln Prep at Central Catholic, 4 hour, 22-minute drive. Well, the shortest one is Westminster Lafayette at OC, or at Donald Gardner Stadium. Only a 45-minute drive. Division 3, non-select. Bogalusa at Lakeside, 5 hour, 7-minute drive.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And the shortest drive is Caldwell Parish at Chena, which clocks in at 34 minutes.
Wow.
Select, Division 3. Longest drive, Metairie Park Country Day at the Arbonne Woods Charter, 5 hours flat. And the shortest trip is Fisher at De La Salle. Does De La Salle have their own stadium?
Okay. That's a New Orleans question.
Yeah, it didn't say on the paper where
How long was it?
where they would play.
I think they got
47
their own
minutes.
They got their own
What
stadium.
was that?
They have their own. So 47 minutes to De La Salle
Okay.
for Fisher.
What else they have?
That's it for Division 3. Division 2, non-select. Longest road trip. Bastrop to Donald Gardner Stadium when they play Opelousas, 3 hours, 15 minutes. There were a lot of games that were very close. Like Iota and Lakeshore was about a 3 hour drive. There was another one that was about a 3 hour drive, but that one officially clocks in the longest.
Okay.
Shortest drive, LaGrange at Iowa, 16 minutes.
Okay.
Division 2 select. Longest road trip, Sophie B. Wright at Loyola Prep, 5 hours 15 minutes.
A lot of long road trips in week one. Round
Yeah,
one.
that one could be a little bit negligible because the Basin Bridge was down, and it actually didn't let me calculate that route, so that could be cut by like 5 or 10 minutes possibly. And the shortest road trip for Division II Select, Livingston Collegiate at Frederick Douglass, 17 minutes, but I believe that's played at a neutral site. Might be Pan American Stadium.
Okay.
Um,
And that's on a Saturday too.
That's on a Saturday as well, correct. And now Division I, non-select. Longest road trip, Northwood Shreveport at Salmon, 5 hours, 22 minutes. Shortest road trip,
That's a lake.
HL Bourgeois at Hanville, 32 minutes. Now for Division I select, you have Huntington at Hammond, 4 hour, 35-minute drive. And the shortest one is Bonnabelle at East Jefferson, 13 minutes. But that could change due to New Orleans traffic.
And that's all of the road trips.
That's all of the longest and shortest road trips for each division, select and non-select.
Okay.
Wow.
A lot of long road trips, but the teams up north are planning on playing in the Dome. They're going to have to travel anyway.
The other South does not have their own stadium, but on the brackets they didn't announce where they were playing,
Gotcha.
so that could change. The distance there could change, but if memory serves me right, it would have been the shortest road trip, even if it's at a neutral site in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So.
Let's congratulate some district champions, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1A Haynesville, perfect record, 10-0, 6-0 in district play. 2-1A St. Frederick, great season for those guys, 8-2 and undefeated in district. Logansport wraps up district play as 3-1A district champs. Congratulations to the Tigers. How about Hamilton Christian with a 8-1 season, 4-1A champs, was not tested in that district. Catholic Appointed P and St. Ed's split for the title there. A little help from Opelousas Catholic in week 10. That's 5-1A co-champs. 6-1A Vermilion Catholic is your district champs with a perfect record. Have not lost a regular season game in 3 years. Covington Christian, 7-1A district champs, 10-0. What a season for Covington Christian. Ascension Catholic, always in the big dance. They won 8-1A with a 8-1 record in Southern Lab, 9-1A district champs, 6-3 record in Riverside, 10-1A district champions with a 7-2 record. Fellas, 1A district champions right there. We see some new faces, but we see a lot of old ones here that do it year in and year out.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of powerhouses there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about it last week with the 1A with the St. Ed and Catholic Appointed P and OC. If OC would have won,
Yeah.
they'd have had to split. So it wasn't nothing locked in for sure then.
Right. And it happened.
All they had was a share of it at that point. They had a chance to win outright.
Mhm.
OC comes in, and the rest
Yeah,
is history.
and we covered the game that led to the team that was going to share that title in hindsight.
Yeah, on Thursday night.
Yep.
So good luck to those teams going into the playoffs. A lot of great teams here have a shot to win a state title. How about 2A? Some powerhouses here. We start off with the 1-2A district champions. It's the Calvary Baptist. What's new? But this year got a little bit harder. Had some good faces they had to go up against and knock off.
Oh yeah.
Oak Grove knocks off Sterlington in a rout in Week 10 to claim the 2-2A district champions.
No, they beat Ouachita Christian.
Yeah, them.
Ouachita Christian.
Yeah, thank you. But what's new? You move up, you win a district title.
Mm-hmm.
Red River, surprise year for those guys. They win the 3-2A district title. The Quincy have not won a district title since when? 2000?
Been a long time.
Congratulations to the Quincy, 9-1. Anybody else have no sound?
Let me check.
Oh, we got sound.
We
Got sound.
Kinder back on top in their district, 5-2A. Welcome back to 2A football.
They won that district title in the final week of the.
Yes, an 8-2 record and a scare there at the end with Avoyos. Notre Dame was not a lot of people's favorites going into that district race. LCA was a lot of people's favorite, and the Pios did the work, 4-0. They are the champs. Catholic New Iberia, what a season for those guys. Lost the first one, reeled off 9 in a row to a district title in 7-2A. Dunham, perfect season, 10-0. How far will they go in They won the 8 2A district title. North Lake Christian wins the 9 2A district crown, 7-2 record. And Isidore Newman with an 8-0 record, 5-0 in district play, wins the 10 2A district crown. What sticks out to you guys the most about these 2A programs that we see a lot of faces here that we talk week in and week out about.
Right.
Oh yeah, especially with Kinder having to win it at the very end, and yeah, a lot of those 2A teams, fantastic.
3-3.
So
So I don't lose my voice.
Yeah, the LCA and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one there.
3A, Alex has it. Chris, you do 4A, and then
I'll do
Enoch,
5.
you do 5A. Let's finish this off.
All right, Sterlington won District 1 3A, 6-4, regular season 4-0 in district. Bunkie won 2 3A, they were undefeated. Jennings won 3 3A, 9-1 overall, 4-0 in district. Northwest won 4 3A, 8-2 overall, 6-0 in district. Erath 5 3A, 8-1 overall, and
You had to wait that one out.
says
Week 2.
2-0 in district, right?
Yeah.
yeah, St. Martinville game, it got
Okay.
canceled.
Yeah, they only had 4 teams in their district, so
All right.
only guaranteed.
They beat
3A.
Kaplan, and if Kaplan would have won, they'd have won it with a 3
Yeah.
3-0 record.
All right, 6 3A was Madison Prep. They were 7-3 overall, 6-0 in district. 7 3A St. James, 7-2 overall, 3-0 in district. 8 3A was won by Jules Sumner, 9-1 overall, 5-0 in district.
Man, what a Week 10 win for those guys over Amy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Haynes Academy won 9 3A. They were 9-0 and 5-0 in district.
That's the one question mark I have right now. I don't know a thing about Haynes.
So we'll find out.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out soon enough how good they are.
And to wrap up 3A, John F. Kennedy won District 10 3A with a 6-4 record overall and 5-0 in district.
Yeah, I mean, they had to battle adversity, the early forfeits, and reeled off all those wins in a row.
Didn't affect them in
to
district.
Be the district champs, so they got in, and they're going to be something to mess with in the playoffs. Chris, talk to me about 4A. Who won the district titles?
Well, in District 1 4A, North DeSoto won regular season 8-2.
And Chris, don't you know they got their big-time receiver back going into the playoffs, so that's a big boost for them.
Yeah, with a 7-0 district record. In District 1 4A, Franklin Parish.
2-4A.
2-4.
Yeah, 2 4A, I'm sorry. 2 4A, Franklin Parish.
Yeah, first district champion in school history.
The 9-1 regular season and 5-0 in district. 3 4A, Iowa, with a 9-1 record and 5-0 in district. At first time in 4A.
Yeah,
Yeah, first year
three
and-
straight for Iowa, but this time they do it in 4A.
District 4 4A, St. Thomas More with a 7-3 regular season record, 6-0 in the district. It came down the wire with them in Turles Cali.
Yep.
Yeah, then we thought that game was going to be a lot better, but STM found their groove.
Yeah, big brother.
Here we
District 5 4A, Opelousas with a 6-3 regular season and 4-0 in district play.
And a good game between y'all and the Bulldogs that we got to cover.
Yeah.
Yep.
District 6 4A, Plaquemine with a 9-1 regular season, 8-0 in district. District 7 4A, Franklinton with a 9-1 regular season, 4-0 in district. District 8 4A, Lutcher with a 9-0 regular season and a 7-0 district record. District 9 4A, Shaw with an 8-2 record regular season and 3-0 in district play. And District 10 4A, McDonough 35 with a 6-3 record and a 4-0 in district play.
Congratulations to all those teams and 4A district champions going into the playoffs. So if you're a district champion, that means you got momentum, and momentum is a huge thing at this time of the year, Gary.
Oh yeah, once you get that big mo on your side, it's hard to stop.
5A, we got some district champions to crown. Who are they?
All right. District 1 5A goes to the Airline Vikings. Perfect season, 10-0, 8-0 in district. District 2 5A, another 10-0 team. The Alexandria Senior High. They went 5-0 in their district.
What a season.
What a season by Ash, for sure. District 3 5A, Acadiana, 9-1 on the year, 7-0 in district. District 4 5A, Catholic of Baton Rouge, 8-1 on the year, 5-0 in district. 5 5A, this is a split title here. Dutchtown 8-1 on the year, 5-1 in district, and Fenimore 7-2 on the year, but also 5-1 in district.
Yeah, so we got co-champs right there in that district, competitive district to the final week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. District 6 5A goes to St. Paul's with an 8-2 record, 4-0 in the district. Had to beat Mandeville in week 9, pretty much to clinch that one up.
Yeah.
7 5A goes to Chalmette, 7-3 overall, 4-0 in their district. Now get ready for this one. 8 5A ended up being a 3-way tie for first.
Our first three-way split of the night.
It's the only one.
Gotcha.
Terrebonne, 8-2 overall, 5-1 in the district. Hahnville, 7-2 overall, 5-1 in the district. And Destrehan, 7-3 overall, 5-1 in that district 8 5A.
Yeah, man,
Yep.
we were concerned with Destrehan early, but getting the quarterback back before the playoffs was huge. Alexandria, what a run those guys had, and the teams that they've beat along the way. You got some heavy hitters in 5A. Your thoughts as these teams embark in a quest to win a state title?
We're going to see what districts were tougher than others. There's a few of those districts in there that some teams ran through that couldn't get bounced early. And there's some that are super battle tested that might make a big run, and their district was harder than what they're going to play in the playoffs. So we'll just see how it all works out here shortly.
I think Destrehan also their defense kind of found themselves in a little bit better of a groove than it was earlier in the year as well, and that helped them in district play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And a big-time injury before the playoffs could be another team's scare that was a district champion. So we'll just leave that at that, fellas.
Yep.
We do have 2 games.
I got two more
You got 2
district
more?
champs.
Well,
Yep.
slow, come on.
Well, you started up a talking point with the 3-way
Boy,
tie.
You better get on the wagon. We're
All right.
rolling to the dome.
All right, Catholic League 9 5A
Oh, how
at
could we
Nakar.
forget Car?
Yeah, how
Yeah, we
could you
can't
forget
get
about Ed
them.
Nakar? That's
Not the
wrong, man.
University.
University at Nakar went 9-0 overall and 7-0 in that Catholic
Surprised
League.
you didn't put them last.
Well,
who
I
deserves
listed-
the last spot?
Well, I just did it all in order. And 10 5A, last but not least, East Jefferson. 7-3 overall, 5-0 in the district.
And that game was won on a scoop and score.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, on a Thursday night. That was some fireworks for a finish.
And that concludes
yes.
all the district champions. Congratulations to all of you.
We got a district champion at the table. We got a district champion at the table. We got a district champion back in 2002 at the table.
State champ.
11.
Yeah, back in 11. We just got going into the off season heads high, my friend.
All right.
But speak
Same here.
on the run, fellas, real quick before we go into these games. District champions, no shared title this year, outright. What a game the Raiders played on Friday. I asked Coach at the end of the game for the post-game interview. I said, Coach, was this the most complete game you guys played up to this point? And he said, yeah, you know what, I think so. Your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I can agree. Just playing the caliber of team that Iota was, I would say it was the most complete game, offensively, defensively, and just gave us good momentum going into the playoffs this week.
Chris, you wrapped up your district title a couple weeks ago, and then business started to focus on making another run at this thing. But it's always good to get that goal checked off in the locker room.
Yeah, man. You knock it out the way early.
Yeah.
Then you can start fine tuning things, working on techniques, and just getting brushing up on everything against the past 2 weeks. And that's pretty much basically it, man. We dropped in the rankings, but it didn't matter where they put us at.
Yeah, we learned that a year ago. It don't matter where they put us in the rankings.
And that's the mentality that the kids have. That's the mentality that the coach, he instilled in those kids. Just line them up.
Yeah, you lived through it a year ago. You went through the gauntlet, and so those kids have seen it already in the future. And here we are again in 2024.
Right, and they battle tested.
Yeah. Gary, a lot of district champions. We always say it's not easy to win a district title, no matter who you are.
You're right.
But praise right now to those that did get to celebrate.
Oh yeah, if you are the district champions, you can hold your head up high, and you can, because that's the first step that everybody shoots for. They want to, they want to do well during the regular season, but they want that district title. And then after you get that district title, then you should change your focus and go
the
towards
course.
the playoff. Change course. That's it.
Holden, what can a district title do for momentum purposes for teams that probably have a first round bye, some teams hosting first round playoff games?
I mean, it doesn't really mean nothing from a momentum standpoint because you still play your games throughout the year. I just think it's more, like Gary said, it's the first thing you shoot for, and it's bragging rights, really. I mean, everybody wants to win the district title. So, yeah, momentum, whatever, but I just feel like that's played throughout the whole year.
2-week season.
Yeah.
Okay. Enoch, a lot of great district champions right there, and a lot of district champions that are state championship contenders.
Absolutely, I agree with that. A lot of teams that end up winning their district. I mean, you find out how good these districts end up being as the playoffs go along. You'll find out, which districts were actually truly competitive and, who really had to scratch and claw just to win it. And you'll find out which other ones where it was like, it was probably a little bit easier for them then. But that doesn't always necessarily translate into the playoffs. Sometimes battle-tested teams that win district
District
end
could have
up,
been a down year. for
yeah,
the teams in
could
the
have been.
district.
But it also teams that are truly battle-tested with the districts and tough districts, sometimes they get a bad draw anyway and they could get eliminated. Or you have teams that ran through an easy district and you see them making semifinals or even the dome, just depending on how things go.
Yeah, you want to be playing your best ball. going
It's a
into the
decent
week 11.
indicator to determine, hey, this team's really good, or hey, this team might be a little a tier below it, but it's not an absolute on saying, hey, this team's going to win the championship.
Yeah, and if you're an Alexandria program or an Edna Core program, well, you went through a gauntlet in district.
You
play
absolutely
to
did.
get to this point. So, got a feeling that those two are red hot right now going into the playoffs. And
Oh, yeah.
we got some football games this week, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy getting a Thursday night football game in the playoffs. It tends to be, maybe we got some bad weather that pushed in on the Friday and they try to get the games in. But in this case here, it's a shared stadium, and Under the Lights gets an opportunity to call a Thursday night game. We jumped all over it because who wants to be sitting at home on a Thursday night whenever there's football in the area?
Right down the street.
Right down the street. And we welcome everyone that will watch that game on Thursday. It's been a great season, a lot of support along the way, and get ready for a great finish to the season. Let's check on the matchup. It will be a 14 seed, defending state champs Opelousas Tigers. Their quest for a repeat will begin at Donald Gardner Stadium. And I welcome in the 19 seed Bastrop this week. Let's find out about their records. Going to be Bastrop's first ever time we get to cover the team, so excited for the opportunity to cross off another team in this journey. When we talked about teams earlier, 95 different teams in a 6-year span. Well, you can put 96 after Thursday night.
Love it.
And then you can add 97 after Friday night. So you get 2 games this week and you get 2 brand new teams. So whether the game is out of hand, whether the game is a 4-quarter war, we're just grateful for the opportunity, Gary.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Opelousas' record when Under the Lights covers them, it is 4-1. Chris, starting a win streak here.
Oh yeah, you need to cover it more often.
And I think if Alex is saying if we get to the quarterfinals and you have a 5-1 Opelousas and a 6-0 Northwest with Under the Lights covering, man, that's popcorn worthy.
Yeah.
You're right.
We may be the jinx. We might have to stay away from that game.
I don't know. I don't know about
I
that.
don't, I don't think you can stay away from that.
You're right, my friend. But a long way to get there.
Right.
Both teams got round 1 opponents, and any given Friday, everybody is 0-0. We also have a Friday night game. Here's why this one is special, Gary. Marksville and Lowerville. Last time we've got a chance to cover Lowerville and go to their stadium was 2020. Holden was there.
The Twins, baby.
Quarterfinal football against the Kinder Yellow Jackets, and the game lived up to the hype. It was a 3 versus 6 seed, double overtime, walk-off, 4th and goal, and overtime
It was
stop.
just me and you.
Yeah, me, you, and Holly. Back
Yep.
in the glory days, boy. We're doing it from the phone inside the Kinder bleachers. Fans looking at us, making sure we don't say the wrong thing.
Who are these
Yeah.
people?
And Marksville, grateful for the opportunity. Had a couple times earlier this season where things did not work out, but here we are in week 11, and we get a shot to cover them for the very first time. Marksville is 0-0, and Lowerville is 0-1, so long time coming for these two programs on our platform.
Yep.
Thoughts on the games that we're going to get the chance to cover? We'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it's the Thursday night game. You're gonna just see a team from up north. We don't get a whole lot of games in that part of the state, so it's just gonna be another team to see, and see if OHS is still primed up to make another run, which we all think they are. And then Laurelville, Marksville, 15-18 matchup there.
Yes, sir.
It's a good matchup. Two local teams, and it's just gonna be exciting to see a good game at that 15-18 matchup.
Yeah, that 15-18 matchup is going to be quite interesting. The home team is not no guarantee because their records were both.
Talking about Laurelville,
Yeah.
Marksville.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing is here, and I say tricky, the good thing is here, both teams go into week 11 finally healthy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because Louisville, at the beginning of the season, they was
Yeah.
in and out with bumps and bruises. On the other hand, with the matchup with Opelousas and Bastrop, it's gonna be some competitive football. I guess we should say, like Alex said, North Louisiana football coming down south to play football. So I haven't watched film or anything on it, so I don't know what they're
Yeah.
capable of. But as
You
long as
get
we
an
do what we
opportunity to
do,
watch on Friday.
Yeah.
Since y'all play
Thursday.
early.
yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. So, but as long as we come there and do what we got to do and handle our business, we're gonna be okay.
Gary, not often we get round one games, but great opportunity in front of us.
Right, and the thing about it is you got a great game
Did I
that's
say
going to
that
be
wrong?
here.
Did I say that wrong? Not often do we get round one games.
Thursday night game.
Thursday night game.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great Thursday night game right down the street right here. That's going to be awesome. And then we get to go back to Laurelville, great facility over there. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And, hey,
Beautiful.
we just, all we can say is that thank you guys for the opportunity
Yeah.
to do that.
Oh, 2020 was special. Here we go. 4 years later, finally back in Laurelville Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Cover teams that we haven't covered in a while. I don't think we've covered them this
Never.
year.
Never much.
Been years for them. Bastrop be a first. It's pretty cool, man.
I'm very excited, especially about Friday's matchup with Laurelville and Marksville. I got a lot of family that's played for Laurelville. I got a good friend of mine that coaches at Marksville. Kind of torn. Kind of want to see both teams win, honestly. But when it comes to playoff football, only one team can, so made a better team win.
Yeah.
As far as Opelousas and Bastrop, I've never seen Bastrop before. Kind of would be nice to see, what they're capable of, and they're going up against a local. So it'd be cool to see Rams versus Tigers go at it.
Yeah. Waiting in round two for the winner of the Thursday night game will be the 3 seed Jennings, and waiting in round two for the Friday night game will be the 2 seed ERAV Bobcats. ERAV could set up a rematch with Laurelville that we saw earlier in the season was a 1-score game, or Marksville ERAV would be a lot of fun also. Jennings OHS, sign me up. That's everything that we would have and more to
Right.
talk about next week.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, boys. We got 2 questions in the chat before we go to this bracket, and y'all help me out here with these
I want the second one.
questions.
I'll-
Question for the panel: since you have to answer before any games take place, you can answer it at the end of the show, which we did answer it on Sunday. So if you want to go back and rewatch that show, great show that happened Sunday, and we're going to give our thoughts on that after these 2 questions. Have to choose over or under a 15 seed being the lowest to win a state title this year in any division, meaning someone higher or lower than 15 comes back with the trophy. I think Chris might have said it on Sunday. The lowest that could win a title this year is probably 18.
Probably.
I think that's where we were at on Sunday. Lowest could be 18. And I think that's Cecilia, right? We all were in agreement that the lowest.
Did I say that?
You said it.
Yeah.
You
I
said
don't-
Cinderella run. 18 couldn't make a run back to the dome.
No, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I don't think I agreed on that one. I didn't
Because
think.
if that's the case, they have to beat us.
Right, but
Right.
You said if you had to put your money on somebody else, you said they could get back.
No, take
Well,
my
I
money
mean,
back.
so,
I want my refund.
you want your refund.
I don't think anybody
So-
15 or lower can. I don't.
I'm being
have
biased.
anybody-
I understand.
I don't have anybody
But-
projected 15 or lower to go.
Yeah. Homer's 18, so I'm going to go with Homer.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Homer's a 15. East Fell is the 18 in that matchup.
You're right.
So Homer's a 15, and maybe they could.
Any questions? 15 or lower, 15 or higher. Go, Alex. I mean,
No,
we got to
I-
do a job
I
here.
think it'll be 1 to 15. It won't be 15 down or 16 down.
Gary.
So I agree.
Oh,
My highest seed I have winning is an 8 seed. So
1 to 10.
I think my highest. I think my highest was probably like an 8 or a 9. So I'd go 1 to 10 personally. But I mean, there are some 11 to 14 or 15 seeds that have a legit shot too. So
Gotcha.
just picking from Sunday, the state champions I chose.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 28 in public and 24 in private. Got a shot to win the state title this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go. Go ahead, Alex. You wanted the question? You got it.
So basically, with the mixed divisions, when they expanded who goes into select, they didn't have enough teams in non-select to make it a legitimate playoff bracket. So they had to mix about the halfway point of enrollment plays with the, let's just say 3A. The lower 3A plays with the higher 2A. The
Everything goes by
bigger
enrollment
3A
now.
goes lower 4A. So they had so many teams that qualified for select that they didn't have enough non-select to make a legitimate playoff bracket. So they had to mix divisions.
Northwest, a 3A team playing in a 4A bracket is your underline at that moment. They were the last team standing a year ago in that bracket as a 3A team. So, I mean, playoffs are a joke right now. You got a 1-9 team in the playoffs, so it's messed up all over again.
Yeah,
Defeat the purpose.
you didn't have a team that was considered, lower playing in, like, let's just say 2A's playing with 3A's or 3A's playing with 4A. You didn't have one in the state championship. It was all the higher classification in the state championship. So if that tells you anything.
We might get one this year with Oak Grove, huh? Aren't they still 2A, but they're in Division 3 non-select?
They moved up.
They moved up to 3A?
2A.
2A.
Well, 2A, but they moved up to Division 3 non-select, and we would still say that Oak Grove's a favorite.
That's your 2A, 3A programs.
Yeah.
Lower 3A, higher 2A.
Right. They're a higher 2A, but they're technically in the lower classification of Division 3 non-select.
You right.
Like Westgate.
Westgate, the highest numbered 4A roster, right?
Yep.
I think the fix for that really quickly is changing what classifies you per enrollment, and that would fix the issue. But go ahead.
It's a multifaceted thing that needs to be done. If you're gonna get rid of the classifications entirely and just do it by divisions, but then you have to redraw the. They're not going to take away state title games, LHSAA. Not at this point.
Back to 1A through 6A.
That costs them money, so they won't do that. But
They don't care about money.
LHSAA does.
They got bigger things on their hands.
Yeah.
Well, they do right now, yeah.
Like
But
losing a court date.
yeah, but they
Yeah.
they're not gonna take away
It'll be
state
3
title
in a row.
games at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen personally. So it's a new reality. Hopefully that they can fine tweak it to where it'll at least address and fix some of the concerns that we have.
Gotcha. Any
Maybe
questions?
more PowerPoints for district teams and maybe have a floor for wins to get in the playoffs. Maybe 2 wins, at least.
Any questions?
Good.
Ask me a question.
I don't have one.
Ask me a question.
When you ready to start the bracket?
Ask me a question.
man, you put me on the spot. I don't know.
What time is it?
Go time.
It's go time. Let's
No.
go.
We'll finish by 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh yeah, probably so. I don't have anything. We're ready. We're ready to go, man.
Everybody's ready?
Yes, sir.
Who should Holly's Lock of the Week be this week?
Oh, that's
She got what, how many picks you got?
Damn.
She's sending up
80?
80
Yeah.
picks.
Pick one of 80.
One you need to pick.
when it
Out
gets
of
closer.
80,
Oh, she
Out of-
hasn't picked them?
No, I mean, y'all asked for it.
out of 80, she should pick at least 4.
Or one for each bracket.
4 locks? No, I don't know about that.
I mean, you got 80 picks.
2 maybe. Someone does 1 a week. So.
All I'm saying is you're going to have to wait to the end of the show to hear the lock.
Okay.
All right.
It's on the last bracket.
Okay. I
Sounds
can live
good.
with that.
Big boys.
Ooh.
Big boys, let's go.
Ready or not, here goes a lot of blowouts.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so too.
Let's start Division 4 non-select bracket. Haynesville's got a bye. Generate's got a bye. DeQuincy's got a bye. And South Plaquemines got a bye. So they're waiting on the winners. Here we go. 16 seed Montgomery at host 17 seed Vinton. Who wins it?
I got Vinton.
Vinton.
I got Montgomery.
Hold on, y'all go too fast for me.
Here he go.
This pen don't even work.
Yeah.
Alex, that with the Coke bottle.
Don't worry about it.
Chris, you went Montgomery.
Vinton.
Vinton.
You went Benton also, Alex.
Yeah.
Vinton.
Okay,
Vinton.
I'll scratch that out before y'all call me cheating. Gary,
I went Montgomery.
Montgomery,
Vinton.
Benton for Hogan.
Give me them Vinton Lions.
Vinton on the road knocks off Montgomery.
What a turnaround for them too, huh?
Yeah, good season for those
Yeah.
guys. Welsh Greyhounds welcomes in the 24 seed West St. Mary. When you talk about turnarounds, you got to put them in the sentence. Also, year one coach over there, but going to run into a good Greyhound team on Friday. We feeling like Greyhounds here?
Oh yeah, Welsh Cross.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Welsh.
I'm gonna say Welsh as well, but I'll say congrats to West St. Mary. I know West St. Mary's been down for a lot of years, but
Yeah, big congrats to West St. Mary,
Getting-
year one coach, and he did a fine job getting this team to the playoffs.
yep. Hopefully better things ahead for Wolfpack.
Faraday looks like they're back into where they were a couple years ago. Having a good season here. We have not seen Faraday in quite a minute since they made their state title run. They're going to host Lake Arthur on Friday.
I think the Faraday team this year is not the Faraday of old, and I
Okay.
like Lake Arthur in an upset.
Ooh, okay.
Faraday.
Gary?
Faraday.
Yeah, Faraday's schedule hasn't really impressed me much. I like Lake Arthur, who they played.
You not?
I think Lake Arthur's going to give them a good game. I think this is a sneaky good game. Not people are going to look at the season and be like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Lake Arthur is going to keep it close for a while. But I think Faraday's athletes are able to kind of pull away in the fourth. Give me the Trojans.
Yeah, I'll take the Faraday in a close one at home.
Sorry, Marcus.
This week. North Iberville welcomes in Oberlin for the program's first playoff home game. What an environment that's going to be in Bear Country Friday night.
Yeah, I think it's rocking over there. Oberlin coming in, what they have, 14 players?
17
17 players. Won't be enough. North Iberville.
Yeah, North Iberville.
Me too.
North Iberville.
I'll take North Iberville.
Give me Coach Guys and the Bears. Good luck the rest of the way to North Iberville.
Yep.
Make a little history.
Do we have a North Iberville helmet?
Right
We
behind
do.
you.
It's right behind you, Chris.
Right by Catholic Point Cavie and Logan Sport.
They personally dropped that one off.
Yeah, them and
They
That's
brought
a
it
far
off,
drive, huh?
the players.
It's right there in Maryland.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not that
By
bad.
Livonia.
40 minutes, 45 minutes.
45 minutes, something like that.
General Trask and Centerville meet this week. If Centerville was healthy, I thought this could be a game that they could win, but they battled injuries all season. You
Yeah.
got to think Trask too much, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, I got
Definitely.
Trask.
Yeah, I'll take General Trask. I would like to see this game with
Yeah, the
fully
healthy
healthy
Bulldog team, yeah.
Centerville. Yeah, that'd be a fun game to watch.
How about 13 seed Grand Lake hosting 20 seed Jonesboro Hodge? Grand Lake's turned it on as of late. Can he turn it on one more time and get a big win?
Sneaky game here. I will take Grand Lake, but Jonesboro Hodge in that athletic group they have over there, Grand Lake's going to have to play sound.
Hodge.
Derek?
Grand Lake.
I'm gonna roll with Grand Lake.
Grand Lake will start off slow, but they'll pull away at the end. Give me the Hornets.
I'm going Jonesboro Hodge on the road knocks off Grand Lake. Rolling with Chris here. Athletes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
White Castle Franklin. This is a game right here that I would like to see on Friday.
Yeah.
Good game right here. 14 seed, 19 seed. Who gets a date with DeQuincy in the second round?
I like White Castle. They're consistent in this part of football right here. Not sure how they'll match up with DeQuincy next week, but I like White Castle.
White Castle.
White Castle.
Is Jake McCoy in the chart? No. I'm picking the bye week to beat the Quincy. No. Let me get a White Castle.
I will take White Castle as well. Like Alex said, they're kind of like a team that knows how to win in the playoffs. Their culture, they know how to win in the playoffs.
I think
Nope.
we're gonna go White Castle across the board here, but won't be surprised if Franklin upsets them on the road.
Yeah,
Hey, I
they could
think the
very
last
well
time
do
they've
it.
been was we were watched them in the dome, Jordy.
Yeah, been a
Yeah.
while.
Been a while.
The White Castle.
Yep.
White Castle got a coach over there that I watched play high school football for the Livonia Wildcats. So good luck to him on Friday night. Hey, Battle of the Bayou Part 2 this time. Your season is on the line. 11 seed Elton, 22 seed Basil. Elton won this game in the regular season and won the trophy. No trophy on the line this week, but a trip to the second round is. Who's going to the second round?
I like Elton again.
They should still play for the trophy again.
I argued the same thing when I talked to Jack about it earlier.
What the score
I think
was
it
when they played the first time?
2-score game, 20-something to 7 or 6.
I think it was 20-6 or something. I can look it
Yeah.
up.
Elton.
It's hard to beat a team twice. I think it'll be a little bit closer this time, but I'm rolling with Elton.
I think the fact that it is a rivalry will keep it a close game, but I think Elton finds a way to prevail.
Our good friends Chaston was denied this game whenever they asked to broadcast it, so
22-6. There you go.
they have now they're going to be at the Hamilton Christian and St. John game this coming week, so should be a great one there. That one right there lived up to the hype in the regular season. Give me the Bearcats. Go on the road and knock off Elton.
Okay.
I almost picked them.
Oh.
Logansport and Varnado Tigers start their run, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Long road trip
They
for Varnado.
said
Where the hell is Varnado?
the motto right now at Logansport is don't call us underdogs, call us Tigers. I like it.
I like it too. That's
Give me
really
Logansport
good.
across the board.
Yep.
Beautiful facilities.
Logansport,
Oh, it's
Texas.
the best, man. It's awesome
you go.
facilities.
Where's Varnado?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, my bad, Joe.
Over there north of Bogalusa.
Yeah, that's a lick.
5 hours, 48 minutes. Longest road trip
Like,
of the first
Dude,
round.
that's a lick.
Yep.
Mangum welcomes in East Iberville here. I think Mangum right here rolls in a route. Y'all agree?
Rolls.
It's my state champion.
Yeah, Mangum.
Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Across the board?
Yeah.
West St. John welcomes in Arcadia. I still think we're in the Division 4 bracket here. I still think we have a lot of blowouts, and I think this is another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, St. John should take care of business here.
Everybody's in agreement?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Homer, East Feliciana. Now this one could get interesting where this is one of the two games that I thought had a shot to be very competitive on Friday. Homer, East Feliciana should be a lot of fun, but the winner has got to take a forever road trip to South Plaquemines next week. Get the gas money now, Gary.
You're right.
That's at the end of the boot.
That's going.
Can't wait to track how long this road trip's gonna be for you next week.
Yeah. Homer, East Feliciana's close.
He's close.
I'm
Yeah.
tripping here.
Eastvale's not bad, but Homer's
Homer.
into the
Homer
world
wins
almost.
it, which I think we're all in agreement here.
About a 6-hour drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, about 6 hours. Yep.
Everybody thinks Homer.
I'm saying Homer.
I'm taking Homer.
I'm taking Homer.
And there's Alex.
No, I'm good. Homer.
Everybody's going Homer.
Home team.
It's going to set up a good matchup. I think Homer South Plaquemines could be intriguing next week.
I think so.
How you
So
think, how you think we felt whenever we had to travel to Parkway to play? That's a good drive from Mandeville.
Yeah.
I went to Parkway 1 year too.
That's a far drive too.
We're going to go to the Division 4 select bracket at this time. Here's your buys.
Some more blowouts.
Yeah, B, we all know how you feel about East Fair, my friend. Every year they got to play them in the playoffs. Vermilion Catholics wrapped up the 1 seed. St. Ed's is the 8. Central Episcopal is the 5. St. Frederick's the 4. Covington Christian the 3. Catholic Point Pease the 6. Riverside's the 7. And Ascension Catholic is the 2. They all wait in the next round for the winners of the games we're fixing to pick. Westminster Christian hosts Delta Charter. A little 16-17 matchup here. Who wins it?
Man.
Winner gets a date
Delta.
with VC.
Listen, Delta Charter can put up points. They went with they played a game against
General Trash.
General Trask and put up 84 points and won the game.
You're right.
I don't know if Westminster has enough firepower to keep up offensively. Give me Delta Charter in an upset.
I did my research and I feel the same way I was feeling. Delta Charter.
Me
Gary?
too. Me too.
Holden?
Let me get Delta Charter.
Enoch.
I think Westminster's going to find a way to grit their way to a win. Maybe their defense can. I think their defense might be able to slow it down enough, slow the game down enough, and maybe play keep away. That's probably how I see this game going. I'll take Westminster.
Yeah, and I think I was the only one in agreement. I think I was the only one coming into the night that thought Westminster would win this one big. So I guess I was completely wrong in the panel. But
I say Westminster close.
off tackle all night, keep the ball away from Delta Charter, and good defense. Got a shot here. I like Westminster big.
It's a home game too for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
St. Martin's Episcopal against Dale High Charter. Too much Harlem Berry here.
Way too much.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Sets up a mega showdown next week with the Blue Jays.
Oh yeah.
Across the board.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Kentwood St. Mary's. This one right here might not be close.
Yeah.
Rouge comes in as a 12 seed. They're really young right now, but they get into postseason football, under the water tower, they get rolling.
Gary loves that
Yeah.
water
He
tower.
loves that water tower more than
Go
anything.
Rouge. We want a helmet.
Gary's calling this shot.
I'll take Kentwood.
Kentwood.
Yeah,
Kentwood
Kentwood.
across the board.
Yep.
Big.
Southern Lab gonna welcome in one of our locals. Sacred Heart hits the road to take on the defending state champs. A little 13-20 matchup here. Crazy to think Labs are 13, fellas. We're
Yeah.
used to seeing them in the top 4.
Yeah, for sure.
But they played a brutal schedule.
Yeah.
They did, and
We're not benefited from it.
this could be a top 4 team ranked 13.
Right, you're right.
Give me Southern Lab.
Loud.
Lab.
Yeah, that road.
I like Sacred Heart, but I think Southern Lab's athletes is going to be too much.
Like Southern Lab across the board here. I put Southern Lab in my semifinals on Sunday, so I gotta roll with them, right?
Yeah, that would be a good
Mine took
idea.
them in the quarters. I don't
Still got mine.
Here we go. Next matchup. Central Catholic is going to host Lincoln Prep School. A little 14-19 matchup. Know nothing about Lincoln Prep, so sorry I did not do my research. Alex, you got any notes on?
Lincoln Prep's the old Gremlin Lab. isn't
Gremlin
it?
Lab.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think Central and the offense that they run is just too much to handle for Lincoln Prep. I like Central
And Central, they had that big win over General Red that showed us what type
Yeah,
of team they are.
for sure.
Chris, what you thinking?
Central. I'm gonna go with Central.
Garrett?
Me too, Central Catholic.
Central.
I'll take Central as well. Home cooking, and Lincoln Prep's got a long road trip.
Yeah, CC across the board, and I think they're going to set up a district title rematch. If somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Against Covenant.
Oh,
Christian.
Covington Christian in the second
Yeah.
round.
I believe so. I believe you're correct on
Check
that.
that score as we go to the next matchup.
So I got CC, both of them. So we just don't know. who
Yeah,
CC.
CC.
You don't know
versus
which- you don't know which CC
next
that is.
week.
I pick CC to win that game if it comes true.
Right. All right, here we go. Washita Christian, another team that could be a top 4 seed, sitting at 11 right now. You got a lot of scary 11 seeds all across the brackets, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Washington Christian, Glenbrook. Is this a rematch?
I think so.
No, Glenbrook plays in
Glenbrook
that.
lost in the district title game too.
I think that's at Haynesville district.
I think it's
There we go.
Haynesville
There we
District.
go.
There
I'm
you
in,
go.
I'm in the wrong classifications.
Yeah.
Alex, Washita Christian starts their march.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think they answered back big from last week.
With his girlfriend.
Hey, you gotta do your thing, Daniel.
Can you imagine on Friday when we say, man, who's this offensive coordinator? Why he called that play?
Oh, bro, don't start.
That is the OC at
I
Marksville.
know who that is.
Washita Christian across the board.
Yes, sir.
Hamilton Christian,
OCS.
St. John. Throw these seeds out the window. And here's why. They played back in the regular season and pulled a score up, but Hamilton Christian went on the road, knocked off St. John in a shootout. Close. Check that score.
I'm about to check it right now.
I'm sure everybody's still leaning HC's way, but you can throw these seeds out the door because they played already.
Yeah, if you go on the road and beat them, I think that second matchup, so a lot of people say it's tough to win, but
Here you go. Here's your score for you.
46-40.
46 to
Yeah.
40.
Shootout.
Yo, what
yeah, I
else?
think what week was that?
That was, looks like it was week 4. Hold on.
Week 4.
So early on,
48
Hamilton
Oh.
Christian,
40. We just got an update in the chat.
48-40, yeah.
It was week 5. I apologize. I
okay.
looked at the wrong
Midway
number.
point. I still like Hamilton Christian. I think they just figured themselves out and rolled as the season went on. So give me Hamilton Christian.
Yeah, Hamilton Christian, what a season for those guys. 8-1 right now, and winners of a district title. Rematch with St. John might not be as close this time.
No, I don't think so.
Hamilton Christian.
Maybe not.
Talented quarterback, I heard.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. Hamilton Christian across the board sets up a matchup with the runner-ups from a year ago next week with Riverside. Opelousas Catholic is going to welcome in Westminster Christian of Lafayette. Congratulations to Coach Gable. First year as a program, making it into the playoffs. What a huge accomplishment that is. But Opelousas Catholic right now, Alex, they found themselves healthy at the right time. They showed it in week 10.
Yeah, man. I don't know how to pick this one because, we got a ton of rain today.
You're right.
They have a game Thursday night. Then OC and Westminster play Friday night.
And Westminster runs the beer.
And that's exactly where I was going. OC did show that they could beat a good 3A team in the mud. I'm gonna stick with OC, but if that field's sloppy and they actually play the game there, it could get interesting with the veer. But I'm gonna still take OC to win it.
OC.
I like what OC's doing right now.
OC's healthy again. I'm going to take OC. I think for Westminster of Lafayette, this is the learning experience year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised in a year or two if they take a step or two further into the playoffs. But there's nothing wrong with a learning experience here.
In year one, we're going to go across the board here. And Opelousas Catholic would set up a rematch with Ascension Catholic. Their Achilles heel
Every year.
these last few years in the playoffs. Could this year be the year where they get them?
Possible.
Gotta win
Could see eventually.
round one first.
If OC's
Yeah.
fully healthy and they're playing up to their potential, they have a shot.
Yes.
It's eventually going to happen.
Division 3 non-select for everyone that's trying to follow along at home. We start with the buys in this bracket. St. James comes in as the 1 seed. Kinder is the 4. Oak Grove is the 3. ERAF is the 2. You remember when we talked on Sunday, I believe it was, when we said teams that are comfortable with the bye and teams that have never faced the bye yet. Well, Kinder, ERAF, unfamiliar territory. St. James, Oak Grove, they've been here before. So how will they respond in round 2? We go to the matchup in the 16-17 matchup, and Coach James D'Ortez has his Buffaloes with a home playoff game. What a season and what a turnaround. Baker, Donaldsonville, 16-17. Donaldsonville, good offense. Baker, good defense.
Yeah, I agree, and hats off to Baker for getting himself first round home game. Unfortunately, I think Donaldsonville's going to come in there and spoil it a little bit. I think they just have too much and a little too consistent. So give me Donaldsonville an upset.
Britt,
Coaching staff experience. I'm go with Donaldsonville.
Garrett,
I'm going with Baker.
ACG.
Yeah,
Kobe.
congratulations, Coach. I think it's just a tough matchup. I'm going rolling with Donaldsonville.
Enoch.
I agree that it's going to be a tough matchup, but I'm going the other way. I'm going with Baker. I like what D'Ortez has been doing. I think Baker is in good hands with him as long as he's the head coach. Keep working at it. I think y'all are going to get that win, Baker.
Yeah, a phenomenal job he's done in year 2 there. Buffalo's hosting a home playoff game. That was a goal before the season, and they achieved that goal. Next year, I think the Baker Buffaloes could make some noise, but this year, an early exit to Donaldsonville. But congratulations on a great season.
They're young, really?
No, it's just they have not been here before.
Gotcha. No, I was asking. You said next year.
Yeah, they get this playoff experience this year, come back next year. Pine, St. Helena. Could this one be closer than the experts think with St. Helena's athletes? Pine's physicality.
Yeah, I do agree. It could be a close game, but I think Pine has a little too much in the end.
Pine.
Man, me and you've been to St. Helena, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, nice.
It's been a long time, but I think they'll keep it. I think their athletes gonna keep it close, but I like Pine.
I think Pine's physicality will kind of grind them down in the end. Give me Pine.
Yeah, I think this is a close game. Probably one score-ish, but give me Pine.
Me and Jordy been all over, bro, before this got
On the
big.
road.
Yeah.
On the road, look at me. Pine at home.
Road again.
Kaplan, North Webster. Want to give a shout out to my guy from North Webster. Got his team into the playoffs, but Oof, I got Kaplan in the semifinals, so I like the Pirates here.
So do I.
Yeah, this is not the Devin White Nor Webster team. Give me Kaplan.
Kaplan.
Yes, sir.
Yep. St. Latif has him where he has that team where he wants it right now, ready for that playoff push.
Yeah, and we'll see. They fell on a good side of the bracket here
Yep,
They did.
they sure did.
It did.
until later on.
We'll see what
Union
happens.
Parish.
It's too early.
Gets Oakdale. Oakdale last team in. And here's the thing that I told those guys on the show earlier when I got to talk to the walkthrough, and a tremendous honor there. The Gina Radio gave me an opportunity to come talk about this bracket. So thank you to those guys. If no one has seen it yet, please go back and watch it. I talked about Oakdale, and here's what I saw with Oakdale on their roster. Only 3 seniors.
Right.
And their backs that they got, we saw Winfield, we saw the quarterback, we saw the big fullbacks, all of them coming back next year. So Oakdale, we'll see what they got in a year from now, but state champs getting ready to make a run.
Yep.
Only 3 seniors. I'm impressed to see what they're going to do year 2 under Kevin.
Especially
Burkett.
that running back, man. That kid was dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oakdale.
Farmers Row.
Yeah. Farmers.
Yeah, Union Parish.
Yeah, Farmers.
Yeah, Oakdale's going to be tough next year because they had a good season last year, but they were a little senior heavy as far as their talent goes, but a little lean this year, and then they'll be back strong next year. I fully believe it.
Here comes Coach Spack. Here comes the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Union Parish
With the
always
Guns out, guns out,
ready
baby.
to make a big push, and
With the sleeveless hoodies and
Guns out, guns out.
the
Let's go.
shorts on and with the,
I put Union Parish in the dome Sunday. We'll see if they can go back.
I did as well.
I picked them to win.
Yeah, you did.
I think I did pick them to
A
win
lot
too.
of-
I'm
a
not
lot of us
sure.
on the UP.
No, I
Yeah.
took growth, but
We'll see, but where are they at in the bottom half here? We go to one more game for you. Red River Winfield. They're 12-21 coming at you. Red River, great season. Winfield, could they spoil the party?
No, I think Red River's going to have one more fun week.
Yeah, Red River.
Red River.
yeah, Red River played a pretty good non-district schedule. That 6-4 record's a little disingenuous to how good Red River is.
And we do have a Red River helmet. So, I mean,
Right there.
waiting on all the people to get on board. Red River across the board here. What a turnaround. They've had some down years,
Oh,
but
sure.
they turned it around here in 2024.
Rolls Royce.
Yup.
Westlake Crowley for a shot at the Yellow Jackets in round 2 at John C. Buck Stadium. I can't imagine what that environment will be like next week. Westlake Crowley, who wins it?
I like Westlake.
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 I think Crowley's going to score, but I like Westlake.
I like what Crowley has done
pretty much right
with the
now.
new coach with Floyd Flugens. He's a good running back, but I think
Yeah, Mr. Coach Eric Cooley.
yeah.
That was a big pickup for them guys.
Yeah, and I think the Gents are on the right track, but I think this is another case of learning experience for the Gents, so give me Westlake.
Give me the Westlake Rams, and this one, not sure if it's going to be close. Rams roll, and a big showdown awaits in round 2. Mansfield and Avoyles, a little 14-19 matchup. Avoyles, heartbreaker a week ago. Mansfield, don't know much about them, but they are home in this one. Who wins it?
Mansfield has a little too many athletes for Avoyles to handle.
They were in a good game with Red River. Keep that in mind.
Mansfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played a good game against Red River.
Chris?
Mansfield.
Mansfield.
Yeah, I think it's actually a tough game, man. For real, I think it's gonna be Ball's gonna put up some points, but I like Mansfield.
We got our junior high Marksville helmet.
Yeah,
But
we do.
we take any type of helmets that we can get, right?
Yeah,
We don't
right.
care if it's JV, junior high, youth league. We'll take them all.
Yep.
You're right.
Everybody went Mansfield except
No.
me, right?
No, I'm
What
choosing the
about-
balls on an upset.
Okay.
I think Avoyles' front offensive line, it's hard to stop, man. When they get going, it's hard to stop.
Well, they run the same offense.
Run the same offense. The
Mansfield
only thing
switch,
that's
they usually
changed with the
spread.
coaching change is that they punt.
I'm going to Voiles. I said it on the show that I was talking about earlier with the walkthrough. So I said this was my upset pick of this bracket.
I thought they were still spread.
You change it?
Yeah, I got to go. If they're both running this, yeah, I got to go Avoyles.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought they were still spread.
E J C G H. Split right there. Our first split of the night. All right, Lakeside Bogalusa. Bogalusa coming off of a quarterfinal appearance a year ago. Not the same Bogalusa team this year. Lakeside, before we went on the show, a lot of people were giving them some praise. So what do I not know about Lakeside that I should?
Where is Lakeside?
Shreveport, Bossier,
Like,
anything.
Yeah.
You know about them?
They lost by 3 to Haynesville.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, keep that in mind. I know it's week 1, but
A long way ago, but Bogalusa not the same team a year ago.
Lakeside.
Huh?
Lakeside.
Gary?
Yeah, Lakeside.
you know, Bogalusa got the mill.
Sibley,
Sibley?
wherever that is.
Sibley.
Go ahead, Holden.
Bogalusa got the
Minden.
mill over there. So always got that funky smell. I think Lakeside.
Oh,
Minden.
tell we not at LCA's campus no more.
Yeah, I'm going to take Lakeside in this one. Bogalusa, I think last year, if I'm mistaken, was kind of senior heavy
Yeah.
and kind of trying to reload. So Lakeside will get that win.
Lakeside at home. We'll see the final score in this one. Not sure. I don't know. It's going to be a blowout, close, overtime,
I think it'll be competitive for most of the game.
walk off. Who knows? We're going to find out a lot about Lakeside after this week.
They Sibley is
South of Minden.
Minden?
South of Minden.
Gotcha. How about Sterlington and Patterson? Sterlington almost came back on Union Parish a week ago. Have they found their stride going into the playoffs?
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially this week.
Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah, I like Sterlington this week.
Taking Sterlington.
Gotcha. Across the board. Gina Caldwell Parish, this is a rematch from district play. This one was not close in the regular season, and it will not be close again. Gina Giants roll, and they will host a little second round matchup next week.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Can I change my pick? Can I change it from Evolve to Mansfield?
Yeah,
Yeah, let me change it.
Why?
this is where I went up you. What they say? Ain't nobody in the chat saying nothing.
Somebody texted him.
Somebody texted me.
I saw the text.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna revisit you on Friday night.
Sounds
on the
good.
recap show.
Sounds
Gina
good.
across the board.
Yeah.
Church Point, Fort Allen. I don't know. 10-23 seed.
No,
I'm going
it's Church Point.
I'm
It's
going
Church
Church
Point.
Yeah, Port Allen has athletes, but they're not very how do you say that?
Any given Friday.
Football IQ.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
good
a little
coaching.
it's a little sloppy.
They wait for basketball season.
Yeah.
Good coaching in this one. Gets it done. Gary.
Church Point.
Church Point.
Them battling bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best friend's going to be happy about this one. I'm taking Church Point.
Yeah, you said Port Allen got athletes. You say it's basketball season. Church Point struggled against athletes from Northwest.
Different level.
Yeah. Church Point. across
Church
the
Point
board.
struggled earlier in the year, but they kind of,
For a down year to
Played a
be
little
7-3, pretty good.
yeah, was supposed to be a down year to get to
Oh,
7-3. That's impressive for
Yeah,
Church Point.
who said that on the show?
I mean, new coach and kind of like, kind of a little transition period.
Lowerville, Marksville, live on Under the Lights. First trip to Lowerville since 2020. First ever time covering Marksville. Should be a lot of fun. Both teams go into week 11 finally healthy, and we want to see a healthy round one matchup. Lowerville, going to be a great environment. Can't wait to call it. I have no pick. You
I don't
have
have
no
a pick. No pick.
and you have no pick, but we do have three guys right here that get a shot to pick it. Alex, we'll start with you, my man.
I think since Lowerville's healthy, they have too much for Marksville. You know, if it was earlier in the season, obviously it might go a different way, but I like Lowerville.
Chris,
Marksville.
Marksville on the road.
Yeah, I wish I could make it, but I'm rolling Marksville.
I'm going to say them Tigers are going to win.
Oh yeah, Battle of the Tigers.
Yep. One time.
Gotta stop it.
Yeah. All right.
What am I covering it with my hand?
All right.
Good luck Friday night to both teams. Can't wait. Get down there and call it.
Right on.
Winner gets ERAF in the second round. We go to Division III select bracket. Cool. Calling your shot. He's sipping on the good stuff tonight.
Who said that?
the offensive coordinator.
Okay, yeah.
By the teams that received the bye: Dunham at 1, Notre Dame at 8, 5 Bunkie, Joe Sumner 4, Calvary Baptist 3, Episcopal 6, Catholic New Iberia 7, and Isidore Newman at 2. Who gets Dunham in the second round? Is it Parkview Baptist or is it Lafayette Renaissance?
It's a tough one to pick, but I just think Parkview's not the original Parkview, and I think LRC's got something going over there.
On the rise.
Renaissance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it too. I was gonna pick Parkview, but I think I'm gonna go with Renaissance.
First time playoffs, first playoff win.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're not.
For Lafayette Renaissance, I think getting that first playoff win is going to be huge. I think they will get it this week. I don't know if you really can call this a learning experience here. You got a really good coaching staff that they know exactly what they're doing. Them kids are gonna have been catching on pretty quickly. So, sleeping giant is about to be awoken with the with Lafayette Renaissance.
And I'm going Parkview Baptist at home, setting up a rematch with Dunham, which they got blown out in the regular season by Dunham. Give me Parkview at home. Lafayette Christian Academy against Beekman Charter. I think this is the first year Beekman has ever made the playoffs, so congratulations there if that's the truth. LCA getting ready for a round 2 rematch, which I'm ready to see.
Yeah.
Who wins it?
I agree. LCA.
Okay.
LCA.
LCA.
No, I've been looking at. I think Beekman's gonna. No, I'm just kidding. LCA.
Night train rolls on.
Yep, my train rolls into a rematch with the Pios. A-Meet Sarah T. Reed in a little 12-21. Winner gets Bunkie in round 2. Who's gonna go and take on the Panthers next week?
Amy.
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 That's gonna be a test.
Well, don't matter. My state champions, so I guess they meet. It will take on my state champs, Bunkie.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that one. Amy's going to take on who I picked to win the state title as well. Amy versus Bunkie in the second round. Could be fun.
A-Meet across the board sets up a mega showdown with Bunkie. Don't overlook A-Meet in round 2.
No, don't.
Right.
They're
Don't.
good.
Can't never underestimate Amy.
What else we have? Slaughter Community Charter against Thomas Jefferson. 13-20 matchup. I'm picking whoever JB picks, okay?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
have
going
no
Slaughter.
idea.
JB, I need your help on this
Idea
one too.
these.
Chris? We're waiting on JB.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Slaughter. I'm gonna go with Slaughter.
Too big
Slaughter.
up front.
I picked Thomas Jefferson, but I'm gonna go with Slaughter.
Okay. Thomas Jefferson, he says.
Slaughter.
No,
It's
he
kind of
said he's
split
going
between
with
him and
Slaughter.
Braden. Flip a coin. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
JB, don't lie to me, bro. I got faith in y'all Shaw, so I'm gonna go with Thomas Jeff.
I mean, he sees these teams more than we do, so I'll go Thomas Jefferson.
I'll go Slaughter.
Everybody except me and Holden. H. J. You
No,
want
I'm getting up
Slaughter?
on Holden, bro.
JB picks Jefferson.
Yeah.
He picked Thomas
I'm
Jefferson.
going
so.
Slaughter.
All right, De La Salle and Fisher. Little 14-19 matchup here. I think De La Salle too much.
Yep.
Rolls.
Where's?
Yep.
I mean, I know that. Where is Fisher?
Fisher is. Oh, I looked at it
That
earlier today.
direction Towards New
I looked at
Orleans.
it earlier today. Give me a
All right, yeah,
second.
De La
That's
Salle.
on the
De La
west.
Salle across the board.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool. And then look where De La Salle got to go in round 2.
That's a
Calvary
long one.
Baptist.
Baptist, long road trip.
Yeah. Fisher is close
Lafayette.
to Lafitte.
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 On the
It's
west
below New Orleans.
Way down about.
All right.
lick.
More south than Belchase. So.
Hope John Paul
Same
welcomes
highway,
in Holy
almost South Platte.
Savor Menard. This one ain't gonna be close, boys.
John Paul.
Pope John Paul is gonna win that game.
What a good
pretty
year for
convincingly.
Pope John Paul, man.
Yeah, good season
Yep.
for
Yep.
Pope John
Good.
Paul.
Good season. No, move on to the next round, I believe.
Slidell, I think.
Got a shot in the next round too. Pope John Paul across the board.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, North Lake Christian against St. Louis. This is a down year for St. Louis. North Lake Christian, too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take North Lake
Yeah,
Christian as
I
well.
agree.
If Coach Mathern's there, I'm saying differently,
You're
but
right.
yep.
I
North Lake.
mean,
done. That's
they,
why he
they,
left.
they lost a big senior
I
group.
think like over 20 kids. They
How about this one? Dearborn Woods Charter against Metairie Park Country Day. 15-18. Who's going to go take on Newman?
Country Day.
Country Day.
Yeah, Country Day.
No, I picked the Auburn.
No, wait.
Charter was. I picked the Auburn.
Switching?
Yeah, I ain't switch. I just went up.
Okay, so Alex went Country Day.
Mhm.
Chris went Dearborn Woods. Gary?
I originally went to Dearborn Woods. I think I'll stick with that, yeah.
Dearborn?
Woods.
Hogan went Woods. Enoch?
Country Day is going to travel 5 hours to Farmerville to play the Dearborn Woods, and they're going home with a win. Give me Country Day.
Ooh, how about 5 hours and coming home with a loss?
We'll see.
Tell you what, they got a good basketball program. Me and Jordy watched them.
Dearborn
Country Day?
Woods
Country Day? Oh, yeah.
Charter gets a win at home. Moving on with the bracket, my friends. Division 2 non-select.
That's going to be tough.
Stewart's in here heavy tonight.
Yeah.
What is it?
Stewart can say whatever he wants. He just sponsored the entire playoffs.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Who is he? The fundraiser?
Mm-hmm. Buys are number 1 seed Franklinton, number 4 seed Franklin Parish, number 3 Jennings, and number 2 Lutcher. Who gets a shot at Franklinton? West Feliciana or Carroll?
Westfield.
Westfield.
Yeah. That's
They just always find a way, man. West Feliciana.
I'm going to take Westfall as well.
West Feliciana across the board. Got a shot to win round 2 also. Iota Assumption. I think Iota bounces back in a big way this week. You guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take Iota Assumption.
Not the Assumption of a year ago.
Right, exactly.
Iota across the board. Lakeshore and Rain. Can Rain keep this one close?
No.
Lakeshore across the board?
Yeah.
Make sure wins big. Coach Indes is going to get him a big one.
Yeah.
The 95 and 337.
What else we have? Iowa Lagrange, a little rematch here. Same results, but congratulations to Lagrange of getting into the playoffs.
Mhm.
That's a win in itself for that program.
Yes, most definitely.
Iowa Yellow Jackets roll to round 2.
Mhm.
Are we all in agreement?
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody's in agreement? Okay. Minden and Wassman. Who gets Iowa in round 2?
Minden.
Minden.
12-21 matchup.
I like Minden.
You like Wassman? Come on, I try to go up on you again.
No, you ain't gonna be going up on me again. I'll take Menden. I'm not confident in it, but
Decision.
I'll take Menden.
How about 13 seed Bruley taking on 20 seed South Beauregard? Is Bruley on upset alert?
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
They are.
I thought about it,
Bruley always has a stout
I
defense.
think- but it's just two very physical teams.
Yes.
Bruley's a tough place to play. I think Bruley's gonna have just one more for him.
Look, see,
Give me
Bruley.
Bruley.
They always have a freaking good defense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bruley.
I'm going Bruley too.
Bruley.
I like Bruley.
South Beauregard
On the road.
on the road. 10 to 12 seconds. If Bruley doesn't beat that into their heads, that's what they have to stop. Then Southport can win that game.
Bruley's defense stops the 10 to 12 seconds and moves on to the second round.
That's another program that's always in the playoffs as a
Eunice beat
Top seed.
Wassman.
Who, Bruley?
2018.
Bruley's either a higher seed or like a
They
middle
always
of the
good.
pack.
Hey, give me South Bowl.
Changing it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm changing it with you then. I'm gonna go South Bow.
My friend, this is a little off topic, but my friend just
I
texted
don't
me.
know.
Are
I
we
wanted to
getting?
go South Bow, but I didn't think anybody else would go with me.
Yeah, I'm going South Bowl.
I like the quarterback.
Yeah, Christian Bolt's
good
good, man.
pressure.
You like Bastrop in this next one?
Yep.
Bastrop, Opelousas High. Winner gets Jennings.
Yeah, 2-0 game. OHS.
Opelousas.
Or yes.
You know, people say that 3-1 great runs Louisiana football, but not this week.
That's where Bastrop's from?
They're from
They're like
North
almost
Louisiana.
Arkansas.
20 minutes north of Monroe.
That's 3 hour, 15-minute drive.
337, baby.
I'm calling the game, so no pick for me.
Bastrop, what?
It's Troy.
Northwestern Ritter, 22-11 Raiders. Went on that big time run a year ago. They can do it again. It starts on Friday night at home.
Northwest.
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 The West.
I'm taking Northwest.
Northwest across the board.
Lights out. I think Lights Out D gets them the win here.
Can we get Northwest into the quarters and set up the matchup we all want?
Possibly.
That would be good.
Long way
Yeah,
from
it would be a
there.
good matchup either way in the quarters.
Then when we pick them, we're going to
See
have to
what
put one over there and one over there so they can throw stuff at each other.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
to
there you go.
separate the
Separate it
table.
for that matchup if it happens. Yeah.
We're adults.
Plaquemine gets a round 1 win against Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not gonna be easy though. Grant, pretty good. team.
Yeah.
Grant's.
Good coaching
I seen them in
staff.
2021. They had.
Good
They didn't
opponent
play.
this week. They got to play.
You've covered them before.
Yes, sir. Against the.
I said we've
Prairies of the
been
world.
almost all over.
I should have been there for that overtime game we played against them 3 years ago. That was a heck of a game between BC and Grant. But yeah, Plaquemine will take care of business and win this one.
Sets up a big round 2. North Dakota, they get the big receiver back this week or last week, whatever it was, but huge boost going into the playoffs. Woodlawn Shreveport, North Dakota, big.
Big.
Yeah, North Dakota takes care of business. Woodlawn won't have to drive too far, like a 30-minute drive.
How about Bell Chase and North Vermilion? Can Moy rally the troops and go upset Bell Chase this week?
I don't think so.
I like more.
They'll be able to stop the run, but no.
North Vermilion.
North Vermilion for Chris. Alex,
Yeah,
what?
but North Vermilion can't score on them.
Bell Chase?
Yeah, Bell Chase.
I'm going to Bell Chase.
I'm high on that Bell Chase team from JV and them, man.
Don't be.
Bell Chase and a close one, they said. This one will be live on the Hash It Out show. Game of the week, Friday night. Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Bell Chase, North Vermilion. All of our fans from North Vermilion got an option, an outlet to watch the game. Y'all guys have a great call. I got Bell Chase Alex. I got Chris, North Vermilion. Gary, who you like?
Bell Chase.
Holden.
Bell Chase.
I'll take Bell Chase.
Moy's done it before. I think he falls just short in a close one. Give me Bell Chase at home. 15 seed Pearl River against 18 seed Cecilia. The Bulldogs go knock off Pearl River. Pearl River got a good running back that we saw last year in round 1.
I think Cecilia does it.
So you got Diesel.
See.
I like Cecilia.
Start the diesel.
Pearl River, I think, can give them problems, but Cecilia ultimately prevails.
It's gonna be close to the handshake.
Yeah.
Next week. Would you like to let him know, sir? Who won last week's?
I'd like to let them know who's winning for the
Who's
season.
winning the overall standings?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I'll
we-
let y'all know who's going to win for the playoffs.
We
just
definitely
saying.
missed it. We definitely keep track of it and post it on the Facebook every week after the weekend.
Where are you sitting at, sir?
He just he's ahead. He's in first. He's in second. I'm in third. So shush.
Alex is sitting at 460 and 126. Great job. I cut into the lead this week with a 55-5 record. Won't do that this week. 80 games.
Somebody's gonna be way
Somebody's
behind or
way
way
ahead, one or the
The OC's got to get his beauty sleep for to call a great one. Friday night. Latest skulls. Where we at, boys?
Division
Division
select.
two
Division
select.
two select. Shaw versus the bye week. Who wins?
Bye week.
Bye week. No, I'm in.
I'm messing with you, JB.
Actually, Shaw earns the 1 seed bye week this week. John F. Kennedy is the 8. Madison Prep's the 5. Haynes Academy is the 4. E.D. White's the 3. Vanderbilt Catholic is the 6. Leesville 7. And U Live is the 2. That is your buys. Week off. Get ready for some great round 2 games. Who's getting Shaw in the second round? If it's Kenner Discovery, that one was 79-0 in the regular season. So, do we want to see LaRondre move on and give them a shot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah.
LaRondre will give them a closer game, I believe. So give me LaRondre.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's closer game, but I think it's more. I think it's a better matchup
I mean,
for like 42-9 nothing.
Put it like this. It doesn't matter who wins that
Yeah.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
Lake Charles College Prep, McKinley. Last team in is McKinley, and Prep moves on
Yep.
for a big showdown with JFK.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really
Dude,
good game.
They are rolling right now, man.
Yeah.
I
Prep's
think
rolling.
Prep's 4-game winning streak right now.
Yeah, Prep's rolling into the playoffs.
Rolling in at the right
Red
time.
hot,
Give me-
and you want to be playing your best football at this time.
You're right.
SEC Peak, JFK next week.
Yes,
Gonna be
sir.
Some fun.
Yep.
Who gets Madison Prep? St. Charles, Northside. I think this is a low-scoring game. Can Bonnet have enough to go and upset St. Charles? Good defense for the Comets. Won't see much scoring here.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, St. Charles can't really score. I don't know if Northside can score on them either. Very low scoring, but I think St. Charles pulls through.
I initially picked St. Charles. I'm going on a limb and say Northside.
Garrett?
I'm going with St. Charles.
Comets? Holden?
Yeah, like
They've-
it's just one of those
they've
teams,
been
man. Look, they've been there. Great coaching staff. I like the Comets.
They, Northside has a first-year coach, right?
Two.
Second-year coach.
Second year.
Well, he's done a pretty good job from year 1 to year 2, but
He hosted a playoff game last year. Got him right back in the playoffs this year.
yeah, the Northside's on the come up, but I think St. Charles is going to be too much.
The Comets are getting ready to make maybe a run here. Who knows?
Tough schedule too, man.
Yeah,
It's hard to say, man.
Got him here, so
It's hard to say.
some of us had St. Charles with a deep run in the playoffs, but I'm looking at that Madison Prep in round 2, and that don't look good.
For either one of them.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
either one of them, I think that's going to be the run.
What else we had here? Estruma and Booker T. Washington out of Shreveport. I had Estruma in the quarters. Does everybody else think the same thing?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Struma wins.
Yeah, I have Estruma win.
They win in the quarter.
No quarters
No,
for
I
Chris.
don't
They
think
winning.
No
They'll-
quarters for Gary.
No.
I gotta see this Haynes Academy team play Struma for myself and across the board.
Where they out of Haynes Academy?
Haynes Academy, a good question.
Where is Haynes Academy from? I think it's. Let me look.
I won't say better.
Hold on.
Next matchup, while they look up that,
Metairie.
14 seed
Metairie,
Frederick A. Douglass against the 19 seed Livingston Collegiate. This one is the Saturday edition of the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. So double header for those guys. 14-19. Who wins it?
I gotta go with the 14 seed Frederick A. Douglass.
Douglas.
I'm not familiar with either one of those teams, but I would go with Douglas.
Yeah, I'm going with Fred.
I'm taking Frederick Douglass.
We're going to be across the board here. We'll find out what both of these teams look like. Got the stream on Saturday, so I'll be tuned in, trying to get a good look and see what these teams got. And Edie White awaits in round 2. Look at this.
Not bad.
St. Michael Archbishop Hannon. This one might be a good ball game here. Better than what people think. They said Hannon, starting quarterback, was ruled eligible around the midway point of the season, so they've got on a roll here lately.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Where is St.
Here we
Michael
go.
the Archangel?
Baton Rouge.
I believe so, right?
Oh.
Yeah, St. Michael's, that's the school in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I'm 90% sure.
Come on, Braden.
Yeah,
I'm
from
not.
Baton Rouge.
I'm not giving in. Not giving in.
St. Michael.
St. Michael's close to the Shenandoah area.
Michael
Michael.
Baton Rouge.
on a neutral field.
St.
He
Michael.
said somebody got hurt.
Running back injured also. St. Michael prime for an upset.
I'm still going St. Michael.
St. Michael.
Still going St. Michael.
St.
Yeah,
Michael?
me too. I think I'm
I'm
gonna
on
stay
avoid,
with
I'm avoid the upset talk right now.
Yeah,
St. Michael.
St. Michael.
yeah.
Enoch. St. Michael.
Yes, sir.
Jordy picks Hannon.
I'm going St. Michael. Let's play it safe here. Can't be that far in the back in the picks. Remember this next time next week.
Gotcha.
Fair enough, Braden. Hey, if he's right, then he can call us all out next week.
That's
By all
right.
means, man. By all means.
Loyal Prep bombed it. Gets Sophia B. Wright for a shot
Loyola.
to get Leesville in the second round. Who wants to go tackle Xavier Ford next week?
Loyola Prep.
Loyola.
Yeah, Loyola Prep.
Yeah, Loyola.
Yeah, that's a long, long road trip.
Give me
Well,
LP.
Yeah, Loyola Prep. Give me the. Don't they have Snoopy as their mascot? The Flyers have
Snoopy
Snoopy.
with the win.
Yeah, give me
So,
Snoopy.
so the next week, whoever win the game, whoever Leesville playing, if the ruling come back that ULab is ineligible,
Straight to the center.
They
straight
get
to the
Buckeye. They get
The
either.
next one.
No, not this.
They get the
one.
winner
No,
of
no,
Buckeye.
to Simmons.
The
No,
next,
the
No.
next game.
you talking about whoever wins in the Leesville game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play.
No.
They would play Buckeye or Booker T. Washington in the quarters.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Buckeye, Booker T. Washington, New
Buckeye,
Orleans.
Booker T. would
would
go
go
straight
straight to the quarters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get the winner
Yeah.
of that.
They get a second round bye.
Buckeye, Booker T. Washington of New Orleans.
Yes.
Who gets ULab in the second round, or who gets Turkey Week?
Buckeye.
This one gave me trouble.
Buckeye, because they're at home.
Yeah, Buckeye.
Holden,
But
I'm going Booker T. Washington. Too many
Buckeye.
athletes.
Buckeyes' schedule hadn't been that great, losing to good teams and playing bad teams. I'm go with Booker T.
I'll take Buckeye.
I'm switching.
We might as well just go across the board.
Give me Booker T.
Yeah.
Y'all switching?
Yes.
Yeah.
Across the board. What y'all seen?
Brady.
Braden? Too many athletes,
Yeah.
guys.
Booker T.
What else we got here? Division 1 non-select. Here's your buys. Neville, 1 seed. Central Baton Rouge, 4 seed. Ruston, 3 seed. Airline, 2 seed. We start with the 16-17. Covington, Barb. Who gets the right to play Neville in round 2?
Covington.
Or this will be a good game.
I think this one's gonna be all over the place. Yeah, give me Covington.
985, baby. Covington.
Enoch.
Covington.
I'm going Covington also. The Barb Week 10 loss, if they would have came in playing and won that game, I thought they would have a shot here. So,
Y'all know a fun fact?
the Lions here.
That was our previous head coach too.
Oh yeah,
That's on blow.
you miss him.
Yep.
He's a car transfer, by the way. Remember earlier in the show?
The portal.
He hit the portal. Terrebonne Chalmette, 924. Who wins it?
Terrebonne close.
T-Bone.
Yeah, Terrebonne.
Yeah, I like Terrebonne.
Give me Terrebonne.
Terrebonne across the board.
I had a lot of family members play for Chalmette on my dad's side, but I think Terrebonne's going to be a little too
I
much.
think this was a game in the regular season. Hineville and HL Bourgeois. I think they played it regular season. Enoch.
In addition.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're
Easter
just
play,
opponents.
and it was one-sided. Here we go again. Another one-sided ball game. Hineville Rose.
Huntville.
Yeah. One of my friends played for their state champion the year after LeRon Landry graduated. He was part of that state championship team. I tend to pull for Hanville for him. So
Mandeville gets Thibodeau. Yeah, I'll pick Hineville. Mandeville gets Thibodeau this week. Thibodeau, last team in. They had some controversy earlier in the year with the coach getting let go, but they found a way to still finish the season off strong. So kudos to those guys. But Skippers, without the running back here, still too much.
Yep.
It
Yep.
sucks,
Mandeville.
man. Because
Yeah.
if Shepard's healthy, they have a legit chance to make a low state title run.
Right.
Correct.
It sucks, but yeah, I still think
Yeah.
they
give
win
me the
big.
Skippers.
Yeah.
One of the coolest nicknames for a football team in high school, or at least in Louisiana.
12 seed Parkway, 21 seed West Monroe. Is Parkway on upset alert?
Yep.
Big time. West Monroe.
West Monroe.
The scariest 21 seed ever.
Gary, you picked against them a lot this year.
West Monroe held North DeSoto to 14 points.
I was gonna pick Parkway, but you
And
know
put
what?
up
Y'all
70
talked me out.
points.
Go with my Rebels, West Monroe.
Okay.
And I
I'm
think-
rolling with
I think
Parkway
North
still. I
DeSoto
think West
offense
Monroe's
is
still
fucking-
not there yet.
Enoch
Parkway.
Parkway.
I'm gonna stick with my original pick.
6 seconds.
I thought about it.
I'm
Thought
going
about
with
it.
West Monroe boys.
Washington State defense.
I thought I was going to be the only one to pick the Rebs in this one, but here we go. West Washita gets Denham Springs. Another upset alert right here.
I don't agree.
No one agree? No, I'm saying they could be on upset alert.
I think it's gonna be
No,
close.
no agreement.
I think it's gonna be a
Close ball
close
game?
ball game, but I think West Washita is gonna win.
Yes, West Washita.
West Washita.
Yeah, same.
West
West
Washita.
Washita. West Washita.
West Washita.
Yeah, I like that, man.
West Washita.
Denham Springs upset.
And I agree. Denham Springs with an upset here. Go on the road and beat West Washita. Little 4A program playing in a 5A bracket. There was a big argument on Facebook about that. I'll leave it alone.
Yep.
Zachary Sam Houston. Another upset alert here. Or we're not talking about it.
Zachary.
Chris.
Skip me.
Gary.
Zachary in a close ball game.
I really don't think it's close. Sam Houston struggles against the pass. So
Give me Big Z. In a shootout.
Chris.
Zachary.
Yeah, I think Zachary wins it in the shootout also. Go across the board, but I mean, next week you get some good DBs. Next week. Rusting
this
away.
game.
Dutchtown Walker, the rematch. Earlier in the year, Walker.
I wonder if Braden comments.
Well, we'll see. Walker.
If he comments, then we can talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walker knocked down Dutchtown earlier in the year, and it wasn't even close. So we get a rematch here. This time it's at Dutchtown with the right to keep your playoff lives alive. Dutchtown Walker.
I like Walker, and they can make a push to the quarters.
Walker.
Walker.
Chris.
Walker.
Walker.
Man, I don't know. Dutchtown's gonna be wanting paybacks. I'm gonna go with Dutchtown.
Gary.
Come on, Brady.
I think
He don't know.
You don't know. Holden.
wow, he doesn't know.
He says he does.
Okay, no.
That
Walker.
Dutchtown won't turn over the ball as much this time.
Enoch.
I had Dutchtown as my Cinderella. I'm gonna take him in the first round at least.
I'm going to Walker.
Still taking Dutchtown. I still believe in him.
They get them
But
2 times in 1 year.
I'll say it's hard to beat somebody twice though.
Right.
Yep, under good circumstances.
Southside Live Oak. Sharks.
The Sharks.
Yes.
Here comes Jess Curtis. He's been here before. Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks.
Outside.
Sharks.
Love the Sharks.
Sharks.
I'm gonna take the Sharks, but I'm glad my two friends at Live Oak got that team in the playoffs. I'm happy for them.
Yes, sir. Give me the Sharks. Northwood Shreveport against Salmon. Shreve Rose.
Yep.
Northwood takes care of business.
Yep.
Shreve across the board. Destrehan and Ouachita Parish. Is Destrehan on upset alert?
Yes, they are.
They are, but I think up north teams coming down south is always tough. So I still like Destrehan.
That's right.
Destrehan.
I got Washita.
I'm taking Destrehan.
Destrehan, everybody?
He took a Ouachita Parish. I took
Ouachita
Destrehan.
I'm going Destrehan, but they're going to give them everything they want and more on Friday night.
Y'all saw this? There's a stat after they played Neville.
Fields is back at quarterback for behind.
Oh no. Wichita Parish, their interior defensive tackles combined are like 700-some pounds.
And then you see them get blown out by Alexandria.
Yeah, but look what Alexandria's doing.
Destrehan did improve as the season went along though.
Ball.
Started playing Destrehan ball.
Saint-Amant.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, what they
Cinnamon.
said.
Duck Roost, he went to bed, so he can't correct us.
Against Westgate. I hear someone's healthy. Is it enough to knock off the Gators?
I like Santa Ma's offense in a shootout.
Santa Ma.
Yeah, me too. Cinnamon.
I know somebody's healthy, but I like Santa Ma, man.
You not?
Duck Roost's going to be happy with all of us, I think. I'm taking Santa Mon.
Jordy was
Except for Jordy.
Jordy wasn't expecting.
I picked the Duck Roost, so. we're
Not all of us. Give me Westgate
Not bad.
on the road, and potentially Westgate finds their way into the
I'm
quarter.
not
Give
saying
one of those
that's a
ones.
tough thing, but if there's an 18 seed, you can say they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with that.
For sure.
And they got a chance next week too. Against Airline.
Hey, you stop that. That's my state champion.
I picked them to win state too, but we know they don't play defense.
They got better. They don't. They
A little
But they
better,
gave up 63 instead of 64.
no. They give up 50 something instead of
They're
60
gonna give
something.
up 72 next week.
But they might score.
They
They
might
might
score
win.
77,
They
so.
score 73.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Division 1 select.
Big boys.
Edna Core, number 1 seed, rightfully so.
We back, baby.
Holden hit the transfer portal earlier today,
I signed my NIL.
waiting on his transcript to go through before he can sign the dotted line. St. Thomas More is the 8. Here comes the champs. Rummel is at the 5. Catholic of Baton Rouge is at the 4. Acadiana is at the 3. Turlings is at the 6. St. Paul's is at the 7. And Alexandria is at the 2. What are those 8 seeds? Oof, that's some heavy hitters there.
Yep.
Who wants to take a crack at Edna Core in round 2? Hammond or Huntington?
So
I
tough.
know about this one. This
No.
one.
I don't really know much about Hammond. But I
Two
think
different types
Huntington-
of styles
I
right
think
here.
Huntington can put up the points. I'm gonna go
Hammond,
Huntington.
Hammond is
Huntington.
big.
Huntington,
And
Huntington,
they
I'm
like
gonna go
to throw.
Huntington too.
Huntington,
I like Huntington.
Huntington.
Hammond.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Hammond at home. Not Jordan. A-C-G-H. St. Aug, Karen Crow. Karen Crow, last team in. First team
Yeah.
out.
They
St.
must-
Aug,
they
roll.
should've stayed
Yeah.
out.
Tell you what,
St.
Aug.
St. Aug is a team that I think
Could make a little push here.
is one of the teams you look at that nobody wants to play in terms of you don't know what you're going to get. They're either
Right.
really good or it's just that. It's
How
just
fun
Either really
is
good
that
or
next week's
Just above
matchup?
average.
St. Aug, STM.
That's gonna be.
Fireworks.
Yes, you're right.
Lots of them.
Who gets Rummel? McDonald 35 or Riverdale?
35.
35.
I like 35.
Ron Eagles.
Another team that's always in the playoffs.
Yep.
McDonald 35 across the board. They're going to take their shot at Rummel next week. East Jefferson and Bonnabelle. Winner gets Catholic of Baton Rouge. Ooh, that's no easy round 2 matchup. Who wins it?
East Jeff.
It's Jeff.
East Jefferson.
I like East Jeff.
Same.
We're going with East Jeff too. Won the district title a couple weeks ago. Rolled into the playoffs with some momentum. Bonnabelle keeps it close. East Jeff wins it at the end.
Who earned the rights for this one?
Brother Martin,
Throw the rankings out.
John Curtis.
Man.
Rematch time. The quote in the beginning of the show was, "You don't want to play John Curtis when they get to the playoffs."
You're right.
They played in the regular season, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Same
Yes,
district.
Catholic
same
League.
Catholic League.
Yeah.
What their score was?
I think Brother Martin won.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Close.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's like 20 something.
I'm looking it up right now. Give me a second.
It don't matter who got the home field.
But they,
Brother
they
Martin
all
won.
share field.
No,
So-
brother-
John Curtis won 17-14.
Okay.
Oh, so Curtis won.
Here we go. That's so long ago.
That
Brother
was week
Brother Martin gets
7.
their leg back.
That was week 7. October
Martin.
18th.
Brother Martin here.
Cut him off.
I just don't like that.
AC. Garrett.
Man, I don't like picking against Curtis. Oh my God.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Okay, give me Curtis.
There you
Hold.
Man, it's tough, dude.
That's more than a coin flip there.
Oh, I think they get their lick back, man. I like Brother.
You're not.
I think John Curtis's defense can play with just about anybody in this bracket. It'll be enough to get them pushed past
Not
Brother Martin in
everybody.
the rematch. Well, maybe not at the car, but
Couldn't play.
they could play against just about anybody else with
Not
that
very long.
defense.
And
Not in the same bracket.
I'm just saying.
But
they ain't gonna play with the next team either.
we'll see what happens.
No.
John Curtis knows how to stop a veer, man.
Walk into those teams.
They know how to stop a veer if that's anything.
I'm picking John Curtis just because I want to see Acadian or John Curtis play each other on the bracket.
Down two.
I would love to see that.
We got to watch that game a few years ago.
Saw it a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Give it to me in round 2.
Yeah.
Give me Curtis. Jesuit Lafayette. A lot of people think Jesuit could find their way to the quarters.
Yep.
They get past round 1.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Big.
Jesuit.
Yeah.
Give me Jesuit.
Jesuit across the board. Bird welcomes in Woodlawn of Baton Rouge. Limited possessions here. And Woodlawn get enough to upset Bird.
Nope.
No.
Mickey Collins. is
Bird's
not
gonna take
there.
care of business.
Yeah, Bird.
Final game, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2024 Round 1 Division 1 Select Brackets. Give me the score from the regular season.
Total points in this game.
No, from the regular
I
season.
know.
I got you.
74, 73.
Total points gonna be probably about 170.
Think
Hold on,
it's
I'm
gonna
about
be
to
another
look up.
shootout, or you
Oh,
think,
it's
you
definitely
think they
gonna
can?
Ain't nothing changing.
It was
70.
Captain Shreve won that game 77-76 in overtime.
Here we go again.
One
There's
overtime.
Multiple overtime. So.
Oh,
Yeah, it was that's what it said on Max Scratch, just OT. It was probably more than one overtime, I would imagine.
I think it was 4.
All right.
Well, yeah, you might be right. You might be
Here we
right.
go. Round 2 for this game. When we say round 2, we mean part 2 for this matchup.
Man, I don't
And
know.
we have called 79 games this evening, and we have not called
The lock of the week.
Holly's Lock of the Week.
I'll say.
That's the one? Oh my
That's the
gosh.
one.
Oh my.
It's on the line.
It's
on the line.
on the line there.
Holly's Lock of the Week is 10-0.
That's tough, dude.
Upset of the year.
Hey, you go 11-0 after this one, because it's probably the best matchup of the entire round 1.
So,
Yeah.
Captain Shreve Evangel. Holly's Lock of the Week this week. Payback. Peyton
I like it.
Houston.
I like it.
Holly's Lock of the Week.
Pop,
Give
baby.
me Evangel over Captain Shreve.
I agree with her. Evangel.
I'm going with that too. I think, you know,
People said Evangel wasn't back and wasn't good this year.
They could just score.
they score. They don't have their defense is,
Don't need.
you know.
What are you?
Yeah, you
what are
need
your
that.
thoughts?
To
You
be
want
back.
Evangel?
Yeah.
State
It's their
championship
first,
back.
but this is their actually
Evangel.
first year.
Who you going?
Oh, I like Pop. That's the best quarterback in the state.
Evangel.
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 We're gonna
He
go.
Shreve.
Boy.
He gonna sleep on the couch for the next month.
On the porch.
Holly's Lock of the Week goes to 11-0 if Evangel knocks off Shreve. Might be a tough one yet.
That's gonna be.
I think Pop.
Nah, I think last week was tough.
I think Pop is the best quarterback in the state. Seriously.
I'm a Ben
Can't
Taylor.
stop
Man.
a PWT right now. Get ready for another 70s output.
Yeah.
might well be.
Because
Bare
Captain
minimum.
Shreve can't stop the other Pee Wee team.
It's going to be
They side by side.
final scores.
And when I say
Final
Evangel's
score,
back, I'm not
63-61.
saying they're going to go to a championship. I'm just talking about them finally getting the play, like
Hold on.
have a chance to actually make a.
So what?
The
What?
winner gets Alexandria next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
So it could be.
So
it's
they're gonna have to score.
It's going to be short lived. I fear.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Anyone. Yeah.
So
All right.
what class
Go
would they
ahead.
really be playing in?
It's
If they would
supposed
have
to be
moved.
a 2A program, I think.
So they would be in Division
Division 3
3
select.
select.
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they chose-
I don't mean they're back as in championship level, Troy.
Troy, get on his ass. Final words as we go into round 1.
Road to the dome starts. Line them up.
Final words, Chris, as we go into round 1.
Yeah, man, y'all. If y'all watching teams, y'all don't take the opponent lightly. Don't look.
Don't
Till next week.
Don't look ahead.
Just take care of your business right then and there.
Yeah.
Gary, final words.
One game at a time. Do what you got to do. Prepare, train, stay healthy, and get ready for that matchup on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And do your best. Leave it all on the field, and look out.
Final words, Holden.
Good luck to all the teams. Troy's lucky his team's not playing this week. It'd be their last game of the year. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Next week,
Come
we'll
after you for that, bro.
But no, good luck to everybody.
Final words.
Hey, everybody's 0-0 now.
Oh wow.
You saw that, huh?
You have to. Oh wait, let me see that. Cover back to someone. Oh really? Wow. I didn't know that.
The portal
That's
is
interesting.
hot.
Oh yeah, that portal's. Yeah.
High
Okay.
school portal.
As I was saying, man. First round of the playoffs, everybody's 0-0. You know, line them up, knock them down. Play like this is your last game because it very well could be. You know, leave it all out on the field, man.
Thanks everyone for tuning in this evening. Good luck to your team. Good luck to your team. And can't wait to call 2 games this week. Round 1, it is here. And we said 208 remain. Well, the field will be cut in half after this coming weekend. Can't wait for the recap show Friday night. Should talk about a lot of games we got right this evening, but you never know. Never know. Congrats to the district champions. New season begins. If anybody wants some UTL shirts, they are for sale. The link is on the Facebook page. Road to the Dome begins. 11 undefeateds remain. Who's going to go and win the whole thing and stay undefeated? Congratulations to all the teams that are still playing today. Seniors had to turn in their stuff a week ago, so we know that feeling. So,
Yep.
Get the basketball.
yeah, other than that,
Hey, our basketball
we
team's
say
been pretty
goodbye
good
for
this year.
now and happy 30 minutes early than a regular show. But we will see you tomorrow night live from Donald Gardner Stadium. It will be Bastrop, Opelousas live on Under Lights, and then Friday, Marksville, Lowerville live on Under Lights. Recap show Friday night. Don't want to miss it. And then round 2, if some of these games work out like we think they will, it's going to be a fun Wednesday night next week, boys.
Yes,
Yep.
most definitely.
Good night, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. God bless the panel. Forever high school football and forever UTL. No delirious this week, boys.
No.
No.
You just cripple and can't shake the sickness. Steady if you